Yep. Black Girl Stocks official merch is now live, so you can either scroll down and click underneath this video, or you can go over to teesprings.com. We have t-shirts, different colors, different sizes, crew necks, sweatshirts, and I got the Mag DT specifically for my fellas. What's up, fellas? Go ahead, get the socks, make an outfit out of it. Get rich, stay rich, everything positive. You already know how we do. So go ahead, check out Black Girl Stocks official merch. All right, so this is Tiblio, and it's an amazing online service that helps you find the best trading opportunities. They have multiple different screeners for credit spreads, option sweeps to follow large trades and big money moves, and a lot more for your different trading strategies. There's a trading board so you can log all your trades as soon as you enter. You're gonna get real-time alerts sent straight to your phone. But the best feature is the community Discord group, where you can exchange trading ideas and get guidance from the Tiblio team. So you can sign up for $34.95 a month. That's less than a tank of gas, but make sure that you sign up with my link and get your first month for 20% off. All right, so make sure you check out Tip. This video is brought to you by Webull, now available in the UK. Webull is the ultimate trading platform where you can trade stocks, ETFs, and options with zero commissions. So Webull's free and it's easy to learn. And the best part, with Webull, you can start investing with as little as $5. When you deposit $100 into Webull, then you'll get up to 12 free stocks. Personally, I love using Webull to analyze charts and take my trades. It's so much fun, and you can even practice your trades and strategies in a paper trading account. Use my link below this video to download Webull.
Foxtail from the deep.
I'm pretty sure that we are live now. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Foxtail Digital coming to you again with Black Girl Stocks, and welcome to our Sunday live chat where we're just going to come and talk about a few different stocks and options that we're looking into for next week. Now, I know we have not done a live like this literally since January of this year. I really think I just needed a mental break, and I have had that, but we've still been in the market. Nothing has changed. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. I just want to thank you guys so much for joining us today. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into some things now. Okay, I remember this was a thing that usually happens. So, all right, what we're going to do is I want to talk about what is going on in the market next week that we have coming up. So that's the first thing I want to start with, and this is brought to us by Seeking Alpha. So they put this out every Sunday. So what we have looking forward to is the June Consumer Price Index, or the CPI report, and also we're gonna have Jerome Powell doing a little speech. So the CPI data, that's really important because that's one of the most important things that the Federal Reserve looks at when they're making decisions. And I know that they're claiming we're still going to have one interest rate cut this year. They predicted for the beginning of the year, but we haven't seen any of that. Also, we're going to have earnings kickoff next week. Okay, so next week is going to be super packed. You know, the highlights are going to be Delta Airlines, Pepsi, Citigroup, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo. But as you can see throughout the month, you know, it's going to increase significantly. So we have that to look forward to. Also, the last thing I want to talk about is something called sector rotation. And basically all that is, it's a strategy that investors and large hedge fund managers use, where they're gonna shift capital from one sector to another. So we can just see over the past month, the top sector has been technology stocks. So think about, obviously, Nvidia, AMD, Apple, INTC, Micron Tech. So all of those stocks have been doing really well, and The worst sector has been the energy sector. I really don't follow any of these stocks, but you can think of stocks like PCG, NEE. I don't think anybody really knows any of those, but utilities, excuse me, not energy. So those are some things that we can look into, potentially a pullback from the tech sector, or are we going to have, a potential increase from the utilities? So that's something to look into for next week. Okay. Boom. Next, what I want to do is start looking at the overall indices. So I usually like to start with SPY, QQQ, IMW, and just kind of see what that overall trend is before we actually get into the stocks that I want to look into for next week. Also, for you guys, if there's any stocks that you want to look at today, make sure that you leave it in the comment section and we're going to look at that together. But I just have about 5 stocks that I'm going to look at. So, yeah. Now, looking at SPY, first of all, let me break down this setup that I have here. This is based off of the triple screen trading strategy. And this is where we're having 3 different chart time frames. This time frame up here is going to be the largest one. And this is where we're going to find the overall trend. So we can obviously see that SPY has been positively trending bullish, extremely strong, very much so above our 200 period, 50, and these are both the moving averages, and this one is actually an exponential moving average. I think it's the 13 period, if I'm not, yes. So the 13 period EMA, it's above all of those, so that's a good sign. But one thing I want you to notice is there's a potential, actually it's not even a potential, it's there, a bearish divergence with this MACD indicator. Now let's look into that. A lot of times it's easier to see it with the line graph. But you'll notice here that these peaks are moving the opposite. And when we're looking for a bearish divergence, always remember we're focusing on the peaks, okay? So bearish, we're looking for it to go down, so just focus on the peaks. Now you see this peak at 546, we have that, and then it increased. So the peaks, higher highs, okay? Now moving down here to our MACD, it's a little bit more difficult to see, but we have this peak here, and this peak is slightly lower. And it's really easy to see that with this little line that Webull has here that goes over to the price on the side. So, yeah, potential bearish divergence there, and all that means is that the momentum for this bullish price movement is decreasing, and this doesn't mean it's a complete trend reversal. It could just be a small pullback. Now let's move slightly closer to our intermediate time frame. So this one up here is the daily. Now we're moving into our 4-hour chart, and the indicators I like to use for this time period are the RSI indicator and the super trend, because I'm really looking for overbought, oversold zones here. Now we can see here the SPY price is all the way up here. This orange line right here, that's our value area high. A lot of times using the volume profile indicator over here, that's looked at as a resistance level or like a top. Another thing I like to see is the higher RSI. So we could have a potential bearish pullback next week. I want to see what happens, but keep in mind, we have the CPI data coming out, huge, and then we also have talks from Jerome Powell. So keep that in mind. Now, going off of that theory, just based off of the MACD bearish divergence, if I was going to look for a potential pullback, I'm going to move in a little bit closer here. This is our 1-hour chart. So we move from the 4-hour to the 1-hour chart. And here I like to use the super trend indicator as well, and moving averages. I kind of have a lot going on here, DMI. Don't judge me. But if I was going to look for a potential bearish pullback, I will probably wait for SPY, see if it crosses below this 552. What is this 552 here on the 1-hour? What is it? It's about 550 on the 4-hour. So it's in range. Actually, that 548, that's that 50 period moving average here. So that's what I would look for with SPY potentially, just going off of that theory with the bearish divergence. So I'm just going to set a little alert here, but that's no guarantee. No, I'm not going to jump into any positions, but I will definitely have this alert set, because you could just be going about your day. You may have forgotten that, and you see this bearish alert for SPY. Boom. Oh, let me look and see. So that's going to be extremely interesting. Let's just go to QQQ really quickly. It's probably going to look pretty similar. Another thing I wanted to say to you guys too, while I have you on live, when you're trading SPY, make sure that you keep up with the asset allocation. And basically all that means is the stocks that are actually in the SPY ETF and what weight they have. Okay, so right now the highest weighted stock for tech in SPY is Microsoft. Okay, hold on, before I go to QQQ, let's go to Microsoft really quickly, because you're probably going to see it's going to look exactly, let's just see. Very similar, honey. So honestly, I'm going to have the same analysis for Microsoft that I have with SPY, because, you know, it's just that close. Okay. But yeah, there's about 7% weighed from Microsoft and SPY. So if you're, let's just say, for example, you're trading SPY, don't pair SPY with Tesla, because I don't even know if SPY has any Tesla in there. I don't know, but it's definitely not in any of the top percentages. So don't worry about SPY with Tesla, because that's not going to do you any good. You want to look at SPY and things like Microsoft and stuff like that. So that's really interesting, trading these. It looks extremely similar with QQQ. Another thing that I noticed, looking at the, okay, never mind. Okay, same thing here. We're at a, well, it really depends on the amount of information that you're looking at. I usually like to have it at least a little, about a month or so, a couple of weeks worth of data on there. But you can see we have a lot of volume right here around 479. Right now the price is at 496. So I'm wondering, is the price going to return to this high volume zone? Because you can see right here, the volume that we have right here, very small clusters. I wouldn't even consider that a node. This would be a good node. Good node. This is very low. So I'm wondering the same thing with QQQ going into next week, if we see a potential pullback. Oh, also it looks like we do have a bearish MACD divergence with QQQ as well. So we'll just see what happens going into next week for QQQ. If I was looking at a pullback, once again, I love looking at this super trend indicator. It makes everything easy for me. So that would be around 492 on the 1 hour chart. Also, mind you, if you're doing more short-term, because this is based off of swing trades. So if you're doing more short-term day trading, I would suggest kind of focusing on that 5-minute time frame, something a little bit closer. But here I'm going to keep it at the 1 hour. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think going into next week with SPY and QQQ and the overall market with those ETFs? Do you think that we're going to have a bearish pullback, or do you think we're going to continue to see these sectors increase in price? So let me know what you think. Oh, also going into the election this November. So very interesting. Okay, now what I want, oh, that wasn't on, oh wow. Oh, you guys are coming. Okay, let me see. What's going on, Walt? Sirius, oh my gosh, I'm actually here early. Yes. I need to discuss best momentum indicators and the best time frames that are most accurate. We can talk about that in another video, but definitely make sure you check out the video I posted on the triple screen trading strategy. I think that'll help with the time frame. And then as far as the best momentum indicators, I would check out a video I put out not that long ago about the 4 different categories of indicators. And so I talked about the momentum ones. And so I'll actually probably post that somewhere in this video. Okay, now, like I said, I have a list of stocks that I want to talk about. Now, let me write this down. Who is that? What's going on, Radoslav? Okay, let's look at PLTR. I think I was looking at that, actually. So that's a good one. My list has FSLR. So I don't know if those have anything to do with each other. Nvidia, we can take a look and see what she's talking about. Tiana, what is the ticker symbol for Chipotle? Isn't it CP? Leave it in the comments. Momentum indicators, I would say super trend. I love the ADX DMI. Those 2 are going to be the ones that I use most. And time frames, like I said, the time frame for me that I use the momentum indicators are going to be on my intermediate time frame. So like I said, for instance, this chart that I have has the daily as the long term. So my intermediate is going to be the 4 hours. So that's the one I'm going to use the momentum indicators on. But let's say if you're doing something a little bit closer, let's say the 4 hour chart was your larger time frame, then the 1 hour chart could be the chart that you put your momentum indicators on. So for me, that's just me. I base everything off of the triple screen trading strategy because I'm all about my trends. Okay. Tiva, we can look at Tiva. I've been seeing that stock a lot in the Discord. Slight pullback with the CPI and PPI. Thank you, Sourlito. Les defined. Okay, PLTR again. I have a couple of stragglers positions. Okay. Hey, Lisa. Okay, CMG bet. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, what's up? Social Awareness Project. What's up? I haven't seen you in a little bit. Okay, the best platform to trade on, I'm just going to be completely honest with you, and I'm going to make a video about that soon. I have a trifecta, I guess it's a trifecta. My top 3, I only physically trade on Webull, okay? This is where I physically have my accounts. I have 2 accounts here. That's what I trade on. Now, I like to do my technicals here, but I'm going to be honest with you. I've really been getting into TradingView. TradingView has everything you need. Girl. There's literally indicators that will show you the divergence. It'll literally show you the breakout. So what I would suggest that you do is have TradingView open, have your little indicators. I like to have the breakout indicators and the divergence indicators and things like that. Have those on TradingView. Have up your Webull. Another thing also too, TradingView, you can't have this setup here. They want to charge you an arm and a leg so you can have 3 screens on there. I'm not about to play with them, so I'm gonna keep it on Webull for free. You know me. And then I'll go over to TradingView and use their charts. And then also, the other one I'll always love, you guys know, I am obsessed with Think or Swim. Really more so for these screeners that, oh, child, look, this is where my list came from for today. So this is all based on a bullish pullback scan. Extremely simple to put together, and ooh, I did that wrong as hell. So you guys caught me in the act. I want you to check this. So with the bullish pullback, I may not be wrong, but I feel like for my RSI, I feel like this should be on the 4-hour chart, but I'm not going to mess with it. But yeah, so I'll use Thinkorswim for the scanners, and also for people who like to back test and practice their strategies and things like that, you can use this on-demand feature. I have a video about that too, but this is basically where you can practice your trades. And like I had a Zoom meeting not that long ago. A lot of times people, they keep telling me they're afraid to trade. They're afraid to even paper trade. I'm like, dang girl, how are you going to learn if you don't jump in? You can watch every video in the world and it's still not going to affect you the same as when you're actually doing it yourself. So if you're afraid to trade, paper trade, but practice. There's no excuse. I'm not being hard on anybody, but I am. All right, now let's get into these stocks. So let's look at PLTR first. Let's see what she's talking about. So this is extremely interesting. I don't know if you guys see this. Looking at the moving averages, we've already been in an uptrend, but look at this. It looks like we're at a previous resistance point from March of this year. I don't know. Let's see. My volume isn't, I'm not really seeing, okay. The volume is okay. It's not giving me too much, but this looks decent. If I was going to, let me see. I don't love this high RSI on the intermediate chart though. It's a little high for me. I would have loved to catch this about right here. Okay. So I'm wondering with this, are we going to continue in this strong trend? Let me see. Hold on, you guys. So yeah, like I said, we're at a resistance point. We're also at our yearly and monthly high for this stock. I don't know if you guys are into the Bollinger Bands. I don't even have it up here. Well, don't worry about it. We'll see with that. I'm wondering with PLTR if it's similar to SPY that we see, but this is a pretty decent trend that we have here. So for me, if I was going to enter a bullish position on PLTR, I would really want to see it break out above this 2750 resistance, and I want to see good volume, strong volume. But honestly, just with this higher RSI, I'm wondering if we have a cute little pullback, and even if it's a pullback, you know, to this 23, it doesn't have to be huge. Maybe a pullback to this high volume zone. I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of where my dilemma is with this. It's either going to be a breakout or we're going to have a pullback. So I would just set some alerts. So for example, if I was looking for the pullback, once again, I'm going to use my super trend, probably not on the 1 hour chart, probably this one. And I would have my bearish, maybe a pullback entry around 26. That's for a swing trade. But like I said, on the opposite for a bullish break above this 2750. So that's where my limits would be. It's you know, we're never gonna know for sure. All this is educated guesses. Okay. Oh, let me look at some options too. Let me just see what they're talking about. I'm kind of looking for that pullback. So let me see, maybe something on the, let me see, very cute prices, low volume and open interest on that for me. Let me see something else. It's a little low for me, but the prices are cute. Ciao. We'll see. So just put some alerts on both spectrums for that, because like I said, it's either going to be a bullish breakout or we're going to have a little pullback, in my opinion. All right. So the next stock, let's look at Dell, D-E-L-L. Dude, you're getting a Dell. This actually popped up in the bullish pullback, and so you can kind of see here on the daily chart we've been in a strong uptrend. It's kind of getting a little wonky around this 13 period EMA, so I don't know about that, but we've been holding steadily above the 50 period. Another thing that I like is moving closer to the intermediate chart, our RSI is a little bit low, around 42. And it looks like the price has come back down to an extremely high volume price range around 136. It's not even actually there, it's at 138. So we may see some more pullback from that. But I'm interested to see if, you see the last time we were here, we had that little whoop, that breakout to 149, that whoop. So I'm wondering, seeing the price return to that volume, if we see a similar reaction. So, I think I was looking at this last week or something like that, and I had my entry around 143. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it probably around 140. And the reason why, that's just some slight resistance that we had last week. So I'm going to have a bullish alert set for 140 for Dell, and that's going to be on my watch list for next week. Okay. Man, you guys are talking. Miss Mac is in here. Hi, Miss Mac. I hope all is well. Let me just get into the comments a little bit. And the next stock that we're going to look at is, yeah, we already talked about Dell, so that's done. Let me mark this off. Let's get into Nvidia next. Then let's talk about mRNA, Teva, CMG. No, let's talk about, CMG, and we'll see. Social, you said working harder than I would like. You know what? I feel that. I would just say work hard now so that you can enjoy something later. That's one way that you can think about it. But I don't want you to work too hard. I want you to enjoy life. Even if you are working hard, just enjoy life. Neva, who is that? I felt like I said I was going to do something else and I forgot. Oh, okay. Miss Max said Ford. All right, we can throw Ford on here. Hey, Lamont. Sorry, do you do options trades? I'm new here. Hey, Nate. Yes, I do. For the most part, just do options trading. Trading right now. You can connect your broker to TradingView. I've seen that they allow that with Webull. I just haven't done it yet, so I'm interested. NIO, we'll see if we have time. Let me see. I think Black Friday I paid $150 for the year. Yes, thank you, Dev. What happens when the Fed's chair speaks historically? To be honest with you, it's always a fluctuation, and it's going to be based off of what's going on in the market at that time and what he's saying. So it's really hard to tell. And historically, I'm not even going to lie to you, I have not really made, my mom tells me that all the time, that I need to make spreadsheets for stuff like that. So looks like a double top, especially with low volume. Bank reports this week. There's a lot going on next week. Made a killing on Nike. Oh my God, Nike was a good trade. I remember I traded Nike in the Discord. I don't know if you guys are in the Discord, but Nike was a good trade. I don't know if it's last week or the week before. Okay, let's go ahead and get back into the groove, you guys. Let's see what Nvidia is talking about, child. Also, if you can, do me a favor, leave a like on this video. It really helps. Ooh, no ma'am. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay. I'm getting tired of Nvidia. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I mean, we can see Nvidia on the daily. Obviously, it's been in a strong uptrend. One thing I do like, on the short term, it had that bearish pullback down to this 13 period moving average. So you see that it hasn't even touched the 50. It's, still on the 13. We have high volume down here around 80. $87. I don't know with this. The RSI is pretty neutral. We have the high volume down here at the 90 on this chart. Oh no. Okay. So this is a little interesting for me. I feel like just looking at the overall market, I know Nvidia is one of the higher allocated stocks in SPY, and so I don't know. I don't know about this one, you guys. This one, I don't know. And that's okay. But if I was guesstimating on a pullback, I would still use the super trend indicator. I'll probably have an alert set for 120. On the opposite, if I was looking for a bullish continuation, honestly, I would probably have an alert set to 129. That's just because that's a resistance, and it looks like we reached that resistance again on the 5th, but that was a previous resistance from June. So I'm just wondering, with that little pullback, are we going to break out above that 129, or are we going to continue to have a little pullback, a bearish pullback? So I don't know about Nvidia. That one, I don't know. But let me know what you guys think about Nvidia. Do you think that it's going to mirror any movement that we see with SPY? Do you think that we're going to have a pullback? Is it going to depend on what happens with the Fed speak and the CPI data that comes out? So let me know what you guys think. Honestly, for positions like this, I would just trade a neutral credit spread with this. And so you can have a put credit spread somewhere probably down at 88. Actually, you probably wouldn't make any money with that. I would probably put it at 114. I don't know about Nvidia, you guys. So, all right. The next one I want to look at is, let's look at CMG and see what Chipotle is talking about. How long have we been on here? 30 minutes. That's not bad. Wow. Okay. Shouts out to that. Now this looks a little bit better to me. I don't like things that I have to guess a lot. I don't like that. But even looking at CMG, you can see we've been in a bullish trend. I really like these candles that we've had on the last couple of days. Good volume. I'm liking the MACD histogram. That looks cute to me. Now, going here, I like that the chart, so do you see here, the price did move down to this red line here. So we talked about the orange line, but the red line, that's the value area low. So a lot of times that's looked at as a support level using the volume profile indicator. We've been here before several times. We were back here in June 3rd. And just last week on the 2nd. And I love that we have that low RSI too. Extremely, really good sign. Who said CMG? This is good. Put this on my watch list. Yes, but this is really cute. This is the main thing I want you to focus on from the momentum time frame. Look at where we are right now. This dotted white line, that's the POC, the point of control. And right here, we've had the highest volume, like 34 million or something like that. Around $62. That's where we are right now. The last time that happened, we saw this increase. Bam. All the way up to 69. So I'm wondering if we, see that it may not even go all the way up to 69 in a short amount of time. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. But, we could even see it come back up to the 64 or 66. So I really want to see what happens with that. If I was going to have a bullish entry on CMG, I don't like I'm going to have to see, because this is looking kind of weak. But I would probably have my entry around $63.30. 63.60. I may say 63.50. So let me go ahead and put my alert on here. Now as far as position, so let's say, okay, what option position would you get? Let me see. This volume and open interest isn't that great. Okay, it says, let's look at December 20th has some pretty strong volume. Oh, oh wait, no crickets. Okay, so we see high volume and open and $600. I don't know if y'all trying to pay that, but you can even, I mean, honestly, if you don't like that, this is a situation where you can do a debit spread, or you can just stack up on lower premium positions and attempt to get a good delta value. So that's fine. I mean, even looking down here, it may not have the highest volume and open interest. Let's look at this. It has a delta of 0.25 and, you know, about a $200 premium. So you can get two of these and it'll probably be about $400. That'll be cheaper than this, and you can have a delta that's around 50. So that's one way that you can do it. But yeah, so that's what I would do for Chipotle going into next week. There is a lot of call volume versus put volume for this particular stock looking at the options. So yep, we'll see with CMG. Lamont says Nvidia rebalancing still. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Denard. Denard says short Nvidia on Monday, in my opinion. I squared off all my positions for a 9% profit on Friday. I don't want to leave them open. I know that's right. Okay, so let's get into, I love Kava. I love Kava. All right, let's do Tiva, and then let's look at Ford, NIO. There's another one I want to look at. It's SE, and then I've seen AMD. Let's add that. And I don't want to keep you guys too long tonight. We can look. Do you guys want to look at Kava? We can look at Kava too if we have time. Let's see. I'm going to try and speed up a little bit too. All right. Let's see Ford. This is for Miss Mac. Ooh. Ooh. Oh no. Hold on. So this stock, I mean, Ford has been, I can't even really say uptrending. I feel like it's been neutral-ish, bullish to neutral-ish. It's been trading in this range for a while, almost 2 years, in between $10 and $13. Dang. It's looking pretty neutral, like I said there to me. It looks like we're at some previous resistance points. I think I had a trade on Ford, not that long ago. Yeah, I had a bearish position on them not that long ago, because you can see my risk reward thing here, but excuse me, my position sizing tool. But yeah, just kind of looking at it here, it's actually at a price level that I set previously at $12.80, so that's interesting. We have an extremely high RSI, and we're even above our value area high around 1248. So I'm really wondering with Ford, even looking at the information from my Discord group, the algo flow is bearish for Ford. So that just means that there's more put contracts being purchased than call contracts at this moment. Oh my God. The largest position right now is a put contract for Ford. So let's look at that real quick. It's actually September 20th, $11.82 strike price. So let's see. Ooh, very cute price, $20. You can see we have 50,000 open interest and 7,000 for the volume. So this is heavily held, H squared, heavily held. So this is a position I may look into for next week. But like I said, I mean, we're at a high resistance area above the value area high. I don't know if we're going to have a bearish pullback with Ford or not. So let's see. If I was going to have an entry for that, I'm going to have something kind of cute right here. 1275. I think 1275. I'm probably going to move this down a little bit, actually. I'm going to move it down to this 1275 just so I can be aligned with the super trend indicator. That's my fave. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking for Ford. I mean, it kind of goes with my strategy. And like I said, the highest position that is being purchased right now for Ford is a put option for November 20th. Very reasonably priced as well. And also, I forgot what I was, I forgot what I was about to, the bearish algo flow. So we'll see what happens with Ford going into next week. Okay, Lisa says, very small position for me. I recently sold all my Ford. That may be why it's dropping. All right. Hey, options. Nvidia has some downgrades. I heard about that. Not cute. Looks like the big boys want it lower. Plan to reload when it gets down to the 50. That's a good idea. Also, I don't know if I posted that short that I was editing, but when you look at the shareholders for Nvidia and a lot of these stocks that, we're trading, that's why I always say go with the trend, because you can see that more hedge funds and larger corporations are actually holding the shares of Nvidia. So even when you and I are trading our option positions and stuff like that, we're not putting dents in the market. So we really have to go with the flow, and that's going to be the shareholders. And I think that they like to play tricks on people and stuff, but that's fine. Okay, next let's get into Teva. I don't know if we looked at Teva yet. We're going to do Teva, NIO, AMD, Kava, and I think that's it for tonight, you guys, because we've been on here for almost an hour. But this has been fun. Ooh, this is Okay, so I like this because this is cute. Looking on the daily chart, we've been in a strong uptrend, and I like that we have this little pullback down to our 50 and our 13 period EMA, our 50 period moving average and the 13 period EMA. So that's a good sign to me. Another thing that I like is a potential bullish crossover with our MACD lines here, the signal in the MACD. So that's one thing. Another thing, moving to the intermediate chart, extremely interesting. It looks like, I wouldn't call this a consolidation, but we've kind of been in this little zone for a couple of months in between the 17 and 15. So the price did have that pullback, and it's still right here at this high volume. We've had extremely high volume around the $16.70 zone. So I'm wondering if Teva, I'm not really sure. It has a daily trading volume of 6 million. It's usually around 9. So it's kind of low right now compared to the average. So I'm wondering if I need to see an increase in that volume, because if I was really going to see something cute long term, I need to see a breakout. So for me, I think it's safe to have an alert set around $16.74. Really, I'm looking at the super trend indicator here, so around 1670. That will be a good indication that it's continuing in this uptrend. And of course, looking at the daily chart, a breakout above that $17.70, done data. It's a done deal. So it looks good for TIVA. So we'll see. Now let's look at the actual options. Let me see if I can find any information for TIVA. Sounds like Sativa. Hello. Healthcare stock. It's in the value zone. Oh, this has extremely bullish algo flow, and it's not giving me a high position. Okay, it says the largest order for TIVA right now is the September 20th call, strike price 17. So let's check that out, you guys. 20,000 open interest. That means when I see open interest like that, that means that somebody is interested. Their nose is open for this, and they have put some money in it. Also, the prices are cute. Delta is cute. Theta is very low. So this is giving me everything that I need for the go. I just needed to cross above. Do I want to put this on my... Let me just set an alert. Couldn't hurt. Let me just send a little alert really quickly, and that might be on my watch list for next week. So whoever said that, thank you. Lamonte said yes. Okay, Richard says, I agree. Ford is overbought in the short term. Let it work off that overbought condition this week before entering back in. You could do a straddle, but rarely use or a debit spread. Okay. What's up, Black? Hey, Native Warrior, where have you been? They make the Plan B pill. TIVA? Oh my God. What's up, Black Girl Stocks? I've not been trading for a few, but ready to get back in it. I would suggest getting your watch list ready and just get back into paper trading. And I always say, and sometimes I don't follow my own advice all the time, but really when you journal your trades, it's different. It hits different because you can actually feel and see what you're doing. It's not just pressing buttons. So a lot of times I feel like I would say trading without journaling is just like swiping a credit card. You swipe. By the end of the month, you're like, dang, what did I buy? Exactly. So when you actually journal your trades, it works. So I can say, oh, I'm up 30%, 40%. Ooh, I've had a rough day. I've had a rough couple of weeks. It really helps. So get yourself a little journal and write down every trade. Okay. When you say next week, do you mean starting tomorrow? Yes. Plan B pill. You better stop. You better stop that. Okay. The next one, let's do let's do AMD, NIO, Kava, then SE and MU, and then that's it, you guys. I swear I'm done. I'm done for tonight. That's it. So thank you guys so much for being here. This is so much fun. I can't even hear you guys talk. I feel like eventually I would love to have it to where I can have maybe some call-ins or something so I can hear you talk. So we'll, I don't know. This isn't what I like to see because I like it when everything aligns for me. So let's say, for example, up here, bullish trend. I always want to enter on a pullback. I like that. And so that's why I would go here, and I would love to enter when I see a lower RSI. It works for me. The RSI is a little bit high. That doesn't mean that it's going to have a pullback. It just, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to have a bearish pullback. That's not what that means all the time, but I just want to see what's going on. But I always suggest to trade in the direction of the trend, the long-term trend for AMD. So I don't know, you guys. I mean, we're above the value area high. We had some consolidation around this 167, 161. some resistance here. I don't know. I'm wondering if we have a potential pullback here. I don't know. Let me see. What's the algo looking like for AMD? Give me 1 second, you guys. Also, leave a comment below and let me know, for those of you who trade regularly, what is the stock that you normally have your best profits with? And I know this is going to sound crazy, but for me, lately, the one that I've had some really good profit with is Avgo. Every single time I see that position pop up, just any type of trade idea, it usually costs about $1,000. It's extremely risky, but I mean, that bad boy moves. How much is this? It's like one, I mean, this just this day alone. I mean, it's $100. So yeah, I really like Avgo, but I would just be careful with that one. Okay. But yeah, back to AMD. I'm not sure, you guys. The higher positions are on calls for AMD. Honestly, I probably would stay away from it because it really doesn't fit my criteria on something that I would enter. Because for me, I would love to catch it right here. A bullish trending stock, I would love to catch that right there, or even right here or right there. I don't like to catch it right there. So I really don't, I don't know. What do you guys think about AMD? If the market sneezes tomorrow, I'm going short Meta. When the market goes down, Meta goes down even more. Why does Robinhood delay in their option orders? I'm not sure. I haven't traded with Robinhood in a while. So yeah, for AMD, I'm not sure with that. All right, let's do NIO really quickly. Quickly. Wow. Oof. So NIO, looking at it on the daily chart, I mean, we can see it's been in a pretty strong downtrend, using the 50 and 200 period moving averages as a pretty good resistance and trend line. Ooh. This is where it gets a little tricky for me. The price is kind of hovering around that 50 period on the daily. They just had an earnings not too long ago. I would need to see if that was an earning beat or not. Even honestly, just, I know this is going against the overall trend, and I don't like that. But even looking down here at the intermediate chart, it does kind of look like we have a little overbought, oversold pattern. The RSI, in a down, well, 50 is slightly neutral here for me. And we are down here at a high volume position. And well, the last time it was here, it had that drop down to this is only $3. $3. And then we had that move up. So I'm interested to see what happens here. If we have an increase to that $5 like we did previously around this zone, but it did have a pullback there as well. So I would kind of be careful with that. The RSI, I feel like it's neutral. So for me, if I was anticipating NIO, moving back up to the value area high, or even up to $5, I'll probably have my entry for something short term. I'd probably say $4.65. If you were, a little bit less risky, I would say $4.70, just because that was, a higher position from last week. So that's what I would look at for NIO. And like I said, it also has a bullish algo flow, meaning that there's more call contracts being purchased. And right now, actually, everybody's loving September 20th right now. The highest position for that is September 20th, the $3 call. And it's extremely reasonably priced. But honestly, this one, the $5 strike price has higher open interest, higher volume, extremely decent delta. But I feel like people are probably getting this because the position doesn't move much anyway. So you probably do better with that higher strike price in the premium. So we'll see what happens with the NIO. I'll just send an alert for it and go from there. So let's look at Kava really quickly. Then we have the SE, MU, and then that's going to be it for tonight. So I'm excited for next week. This is cute. Oh no, this is the one sorry, this is my stock. Let's look at Kava. SE looks cute. So, this is kind of interesting to me. The MACD has been dropping. The price, can't really say it's been going up. It looks like it's kind of had a little standstill. It's been hitting these resistance points. I'm wondering about Kava. I know it's really popular though. It's always busy anytime I go buy a Kava. There's not a lot of option data. Yeah, I don't see a lot of data for Kava. I'm wondering if this is a potential bearish. I don't think it is though, for it to have been that long. For it to keep hitting these resistance points, I would either need to see a bullish breakout, or I would assume that the momentum is just getting weak for this uptrend. And so I'm wondering if we have a pullback with Kava. So like I said, I'm either, and even with this going to the 4 hour chart, the RSI, it's kind of slight pullback. It's around 57. So, but again, it's also at the value area high. We've had high volume down here around 91. So I'm wondering if Kava has a pullback, and if not, I would need to see a bullish breakout, probably above $95.37, just in a continuation. But if not, I would look for a bearish pullback, probably $94. I think that would be a good position, and see if it potentially comes back down to that 91 where we have that higher volume. But we'll see. We'll see if is the momentum weakening for Kava. Okay. Hey Jesse, what's going on? I know a little about and from Tiblio. Tiblio is good. I love Tiblio for the credit spreads. Walt says NIO is bearish, short term. I'm trying to transition out of Robinhood. I started Webull, but I need a starter and a tutorial. Do you have any starter? Of course I do. You can just even go to my page and just go to playlist. I have a complete playlist of only Webull videos. So I would say start there. So I think that's a good one. Okay. All right. So next, I want to check out this SE really quickly. I'm going to look at MU, and then we're going to wrap it up. Okay, you guys, because we've been on here for about an hour. So SE, this is the C. I know it has another name, and this stock actually popped up on my bullish pullback scan, and so you can kind of see, okay, we've had this strong uptrend. It was trading above the 13 period EMA. It had that pullback to the 50 period moving average, so that's interesting. And even moving here to the intermediate chart, I feel like this is going to be a hit or miss with this RSI. Just looking at the patterns, this was a high point and we had that pullback. This is another high point. We could have a pullback, or just seeing we've had this high volume around this area, around this $71. And the last time we were here around early June, we had that increase up to 76. So I'm wondering if that could reoccur, and just because it popped up in my bullish pullback scanner. So just based off of that strategy, I would set an alert for $72. Ooh, that's kind of far off. 72.42. I'd probably say just 72 flat. I'm gonna go ahead and create my alert. Excuse me. And as far as positions, I don't even know if okay. Once again, everybody is obsessed with September calls. So the highest premium position for SE is the September 20th calls, strike price 85. So let's see. Oh, extremely nice. Very cute open interest in volume, decent delta, decent theta, it's low. The price is cute. So it's something that we can get into for next week. I'm vibing with that. So we'll see what happens with SE going into next week. Lastly, I just want to talk about MU. That's Micron Tech. Let me see if I can find any positions for Micron that are overweighing, outweighing. Oh, this is cute. All right, so just looking at the chart, it looks like we've had this pullback. Actually, this stock came up, popped up in the pullback, the bullish pullback scan. So this is just something to look into. I really like the fact that, once again, we've had that pullback to the 50 period moving average on the daily chart. So it's been uptrending for a while. I would love to see a bullish crossover with the MACD indicators, but even just moving a little bit closer to the intermediate chart, it looks like we've fallen down to the PLC, the highest volume that we've had here. It's hard to see it. It looks like it's around 85 million or something like that. It's been around this price, $132. We've previously had this as resistance, which is extremely exciting. And the last time that this happened, we saw that price jumped to 158. And another thing I like is that lower RSI. So it's around 42. That's really cute to me. So if I was going to have a bullet, and the highest, so calls are outweighing puts for this stock. Everybody's going for the August 16th 130 strike. Oh, girl, nobody's paying that mess. Absolutely not. So let's scroll on down and let's see what we can make. Let's see what we can work with. I'm even comfortable with this $200 premium. The delta is decent. The theta is cute. So we'll see with Micron. Micron usually has some decent movement, so it dropped $5 on Friday, so that's cute. So we'll see what happens with Micron. Like I said, I'm looking for the calls, and as far as the entry, honestly, I wouldn't mind a cute little 132 entry. I feel like 130, 190 is a little close, not really. So I'll probably say 132 for my entry. I'm gonna go ahead and create an alert, and that's pretty much my watch list for next week. So that is literally how I create my watch list. And yeah, so all right, let me do this here. So that's that on that. All right, you guys, so thank you so much for joining our Sunday live. I'm really excited about it. I asked you guys if you wanted the Sunday lives back, and you said you did. So I look forward to hanging out with you guys again on Sundays. Jesse says, hey, credit spreads are good on Tiblio. I've been doing cash secured puts, cute, and trying to do the wheel on there. Take try out of your vocabulary because you're doing it. Stop that. Give yourself some credit. and you haven't figured out how to do it on there, just keep going for it. I don't think you can paper trade credits, those type of spreads on Webull. So I would say keep doing your practicing on Thinkorswim. I had a brain freeze there. This 5-minute time frame has been getting me cooked for my day trading style, but I've seen some good swing trade plays. Yeah, the 5-minute, it can be a little interesting. The 5-minute will get you caught up. So I have to force myself just to focus on that 1 hour chart. And it's also, I've noticed that the 1 hour is better for breakouts for day trades for me, or short-term swing trades. So, but all right, that's that. Oh, cool. I'm doing only penny stocks. I took 50 to 300. Don't laugh. I would never laugh. You're doing your thing. SC looks sideways as far as the momentum. Okay. I joined late, but nice. All right, you guys, we're going to have the playback up after this, so don't worry. And like I said, I want to continue just creating content. I think I've really kind of burned myself out. I mean, we've been doing Black Girl Stocks for going on 5 years. It's just me doing this. I don't have a team. I do all my own editing, everything. So I think I just needed a break, but I just want to start creating again and just making fun, educational content so that we all can just continue investing in ourselves. Risk management is the most important thing that you will ever do, though. I promise you. You can keep taking all these trades every single day, making $100, $300 here and there, but if your losses outweigh your wins, you're never winning. Remember that. Okay, you guys. I wasn't trying to get deep. Let me go ahead and end it on a positive note. I love you guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you another time. All right, bye.